Hey, it's Albert Orange, and welcome back to pod.by.orange, episode 82, coming at you like a cow that goes moo. Can you tell that I've been listening to a bunch of rap music lately? I got a recommendation for anybody who is looking for some new music to listen to. It's not really a new music per se, but it's a Drake album. It's a remix of like a bunch of Drake songs. Basically, it's this guy, this producer type of dude. He took a bunch of Drake songs, isolated the vocals, and then put those vocals over his own beats, and it sounds so cool. It's called 2043 OVO Odyssey, and it sounds so cool. I've been listening to it for pretty much every day for the last week. I must have listened to the whole thing maybe, 5, 6, 7 times about. Yeah, and it's only 40 minutes, so it's you'll go through it quickly, it's very digestible. So yeah, if anybody wants to, listen to that, the dude's name is Forgotten. That's the name of the YouTube channel. So go check that out, because I really like it. I think it's great. I wish I could play a sample right now, but actually I can. But you know what? I'm not going to, because there's no need to get copyrighted, So, anyways, episode 82. Shining like Jimmy Choo. Whatever that means. I stole that from a Migos song. How's it going? How is it going with you? Did you celebrate Valentine's Day? How much money did you have to spend this time? Was it a lot? Was it a little? Was it anything at all? Did you, spend Valentine's Day, criticizing it for the corporatism behind it, kind of like I did, because you had nothing else to do that day. You just criticized it for the corporations taking the money out of the American people, taking advantage of a woman's fear of missing out. Did you do that? I don't know why I'm starting out like this. I'm kind of distracted. Just because I'm watching a soccer game right now. I'm watching Liga MX, the Mexican soccer league. It's Cruz Azul versus Tigres. So the game just started. We're 18 minutes into the first half. It's 0-0. I'm not gonna make this another commentary video, but I will be watching it, and it's so far. Pretty much the entire game is being played on one side of the field, but somehow there's only been like a couple of shots on goal. So we'll see. We'll have to see what happens. My parents are gone. They are out of the house. So I got the house all to myself. They went to some sort of rodeo type of event, in downtown where I live. I don't know. I don't care. I think it's, yeah, if my parents want to go to that thing, like, I'm not gonna go with them because they are old and I am not. And wherever old people want to go, I tend to not go there myself. I'm not trying to sound ageist or anything, but I'm just saying, like, because my parents are lame. They're cool, but they're lame, And so when they invited me to go with them, I said, you know what? I barely even knew there was anything going on. And, my dad literally brought it up today. So, like, how am I supposed to, get ready for that in such a short time span? Like, that's just, it's not practical, it's not reasonable. I'm not going to do this. And I really don't care about rodeos. I don't even know what a rodeo is exactly. Not saying that I've never been to one, but, like, I don't know. I assume there's horses. I assume there's, like, maybe a lasso or two. Maybe, there's probably going to be a crap ton of people in cowboy hats. Crap ton of leather boots. Plaid shirts, belts. Bunch of pickup trucks. But other than that, like, I don't know what these people do. I don't know. I don't know what you do at a rodeo. And quite frankly, I'm not really in a place where I really care that much. Good for you if rodeos are your thing, But I'm just, I'm quite indifferent to that sort of stuff. So I'm thinking I should just change the channel because this game is just distracting, but somehow I think I'm doing good anyway with talking about stuff, which might be a tremendous overstatement that I just said. Anyways, what to talk about? Oh man, I'm not gonna do a Seattle Sitch today. I think, we already know what we need to know. We got a new head coach. We've already got our all of our coordinators, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Who else do we have? I mean, we got a couple of other coaches that are coming in, and I just hope that that we get back to work this season. In case you're new to this podcast, I'm a big Seattle Seahawks fan, and so that's what I was talking about just there. So I apologize if you were lost for a second, But yeah, I just we've already got the coaching staff. I'm not saying that everything's filled out and stuff, but we've got a good foundation, and we'll just have to see where it's gonna go from there. We got Geno Smith, still on the roster, which is good. That's great. That's gonna be another. I don't know how many million it's gonna be for him this year, but we're keeping him, which is great. So far, no roster changes or anything like that. At least none that I've heard of. So we'll just have to see what happens. I think I would like to see a couple changes, but whatever they decide, whatever Mikey Mac, Money Mike McDonald decides, I will trust it completely, 100%. I just want this defense to be a menace again. I'm not saying I'm not saying that we got to go back to the Legion of Boom, okay? Because A, that would be impossible. And B, because, it's just, we don't have to be that anymore. We can be whatever we can be now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have potential to have an identity. It doesn't have to be, what we had 10 years ago. So, I just think anybody who so desperately wants us to go back to Legion of Boom, Legion of Boom 2.0, I think that's just, we gotta let go of that, because that's just not reasonable. We have an opportunity to establish another identity. So, but it would be nice. It would be nice to have a good defense again. So whatever we got to do to do that, if it means cutting players, if it means trading players, so be it. So be it. I still think that we definitely got to keep Bobby Wagner. I hope he comes back for another year. Witherspoon, of course, it would be a moron decision to trade away Witherspoon. Tariq Woolen and Quandre Diggs, they're still good players, okay? Not the best performances last year, but they can still play. Who else? Jordan Brooks can still play. And, Jamal Adams, of course, there's that question with him. Okay, unfortunately, I lean towards cutting Jamal Adams. I know that's, it sounds very harsh, okay, but, I don't know, it's something like the dude just keeps getting injured, and it's just like, I can't keep going through this. I don't want to anymore. So, but you know what? At the end of the day, whatever Mike McDonald decides, I think I'll trust it completely, 100%. So, I just hope it works out. I really do. We got the draft coming up in I guess 2 months from now. So it might be less than that, actually. But we'll have to see. Again, my gut is saying we got to go with that dude from the Huskies. What's his name? Troy Fantanu. Troy Fanta, like the soda. I don't know how to pronounce the dude's name. Okay, I don't know. I apologize, but the guy from that Huskies team. Okay, we got to go with him. Of course, there is Penix, so. You know what? Actually, right now, I'm thinking like maybe we gotta draft Penix over Fantanu. Okay. If Penix is still available, we gotta take him over the O-line man, because I think it would be a nice thing for Penix to be under the mentorship and guidance of your boy Geno Smith. They're already workout buddies, apparently. Penix looks up to Geno, and Geno's got the experience. He's been through the adversity, the hardships. I think it would be nice. Because, look, who's kidding who? Can Geno Smith lead us to a Super Bowl? he's good. He's a great quarterback. You know what? I think he will. I think he can. I was gonna say no, but then again, that he was only starting for 2 years, under Pete Carroll, and that I think in those final 2 years everything was just kind of mediocre. It wasn't the same type of energy that we needed. So I think with the right coaches, with the right head coach, with the right offensive coordinator, I think Geno can thrive, and we've already got them. We've got Ryan Grubb. We've got the guy from the Rams who was their passing game coordinator. Okay, I think it'll be great. And we got a stacked roster. I think Geno Smith can lead us to a Super Bowl, but in the event that he can't, in that event, if we got Penix, then we're Gucci. We are Gucci. Okay? So that's my take on it. We'll draft Penix if he's still available. If not, we'll go with that Husky O-lineman. That's my take. Okay. If you disagree with it, tell me why. What are your thoughts, your opinions, your feelings, your dreams, your fears? Tell me below in the comment section, man. Isn't it funny how I said that I wasn't going to talk about the Seattle Sitch, and then I go on for 10 minutes talking about the Seattle Seahawks. Isn't that funny? Oh man, I'm feeling quite tired right now. I almost didn't want to do this podcast today because I was just feeling a little bit sluggish. But actually, I'm not feeling that sluggish right now, so I think that's a good thing. Right now it's 7:44 on Saturday night. It's Saturday, February the 17th, and I haven't uploaded an episode of the podcast since over a week ago. I've noticed that I've just kept delaying the recording of every episode by like a week or I'm sorry, a day every week, I used to upload on Tuesdays, then I used to upload on Wednesdays, and then Thursdays, and then Friday. And now, it's Saturday, and I'm just barely recording, but my hope is that I get this thing done right now, okay, in the next 40 minutes. I get it recorded, then I'll upload literally, right after I record. That way, I'll still be able to say that I've, released an episode every single week so far in 2024. Okay? So that's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, it feels good. How many weeks has it been? I actually don't know. But I reckon, it's episode 82. So 82 minus 75, because 75 was the last episode of 2023. That's how much is that? Is that 7? Is that 7? Hold on, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Yeah, it's 7. Yeah, this will be the 7th the 7th consecutive week of releasing this podcast. So that's great. That's good. We gotta go the whole rest of the year, okay? We gotta go, all the way till episode 175, It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. And speaking of all that, like, we are getting close. I am getting close to episode 100 on this show. Like, we've only got 18 episodes until then. So yeah, that's really special, I think. Episode 100, only 18 weeks away. If I keep, consistent on this uploading frequency, okay? And hopefully I will be consistent. Episode 100 is coming up. I have no idea what I'll do for that. I think I might change the thumbnail format for this show, just because, like, I feel like the thumbnails for now are, like, they're kind of, I'm not saying that they're bad, but they're, I don't know, they're not, somehow, like, the click rate isn't good enough, I guess people just look at the thumbnails for this show and, they just don't want to click on them. So that's a bit of unfortunate, but, I don't know, maybe I'll think of another one before episode 100. Other than that, I don't know what I'll do for episode 100. I think oh man, that's a really good question that I ask myself. What am I gonna do for episode 100? A face reveal? Should I do that? I don't know. I'll have to ponder about this. Whenever I have time to myself. So, and speaking of time to myself, oh my goodness. Boy, have I wasted so much time this week. Oh my god. I basically just spent, the entire week this week just on my computer watching YouTube. Just that's all I've been doing, just watching YouTube on my MacBook Pro. My goodness, the dribbling in the soccer game is just superb. Wow. Sorry, I just had to... Oh, is this go goal? No. Shot it out wide. Oh, man. Yeah, I was just watching YouTube. Watching a bunch of, like, short-form content. Not shorts. I just don't go on YouTube Shorts. But, a bunch of, like, skits, from people, like a bunch of comedy skits, there's this dude, Andrew Russo. He's got, like, a bunch of videos. I think is pretty funny. Another guy, Grant Whistler, he's pretty funny. I like him. Yeah, that's basically it. It's just those two that I've just been binge watching their videos. So, who else? There's got to be another. Oh, look at that! You hear that? That's the ventilation in my house. Isn't that funny? And that used to be a thing that used to pop up a lot way back in the day, way back in the early episodes of the show. Back when I would only record within, in my living room here in my house. instead of the garage. It's not gone away. I still got this ventilation thing, in my house that periodically will turn itself on and off. So, oh man, what was I saying? What the heck was I saying? What else do I watch on YouTube? Oh man, I don't even know. Like, bunch of Seahawks videos, bunch of YouTube sports videos. There's that dude, Brandon Perna, from That's Good Sports. He does live streams with Tom Grossi. So I like watching those two. What else? I don't know. I guess that's it. A bunch of podcasts, mainly Bill Burr podcasts and a bunch of Paul Verzi podcasts, So yeah, those two are my guys, and Paul Verzi's got a podcast that he does with Bobby Kelly. It's called Bone to Pick. That one's really good. And these are comedians, for anybody who doesn't know. So, these are comedians with podcasts, and I enjoy listening to those while I play computer games. So, like, I'll listen to the podcast in the background. And I'll literally, like, launch up Coolmath Games on my computer. Like, and I'll literally, like, split the windows as well. So, like, I'll split. I'll have on Google Chrome. I'll take one window. And make that Coolmath Games, and then I'll take another window on Google Chrome, make that the podcast, and then I'll combine the windows. So I'll have Coolmath Games on the left and the podcast on the right. So that way I can, listen to the podcast and / watch the podcast while I play, Coolmath Games. Because my attention span is so bad that I need to play computer games while I watch a podcast. But it actually helps me pay attention, which is so weird. It's so odd. And I don't know, maybe you have seen like a bunch of those YouTube shorts, a bunch of those Instagram reels, where like, there will be like Subway Surfers playing in the background while, some other stuff is happening, Like, that's basically what it is. And it's very effective. And, I wish I didn't have to do that, but, I kind of enjoy doing that, which is that's kind of sad to say, but, it's still a thing that I do a lot. I used to do it a lot back in the day, but actually nowadays it's not as bad, but I still do it. So, what else? Man, speaking of Coolmath Games, Coolmath Games might be the GOAT. They might be the GOAT. Because first of all, the website itself, coolmathgames.com. And for anybody who doesn't play Coolmath Games, for anybody who has no idea what Coolmath Games is, let me tell you this, okay? I first discovered Coolmath Games back in the 4th grade. And when I discovered it, I instantly became a fan, and it's basically a website where it has a bunch of It has a bunch of just Flash games. It used to be a bunch of Flash games, and then obviously, Flash went away, and so all of the Flash games on Coolmath Games just don't work anymore. But fortunately, they made a bunch of new games that don't require Flash, right? So, but back in the day, I used to play Sticky Ninja Academy a lot. And that was my game, and I loved that game. And then but it was a Flash game, so now I can't play it anymore. These days on Coolmath Games, I'll play. I love the coffee shop simulator. I love that. I love the boba simulator game. I think that's good as well. There's another one where you can run your own lemonade stand, but I don't really like that one. That one's a little bit janky to me. And what else? I think that's it, actually. I think that's it. I'll play Snake sometimes. I'll play, I don't know, occasionally I'll play Run. I used to play Run a whole lot back in the day, back in high school. I don't really do that anymore. I kind of just I guess I outgrew it a little bit, because I literally just don't play it anymore. But I'll still go on there sometimes. But yeah, Coolmath Games is just it's just goated. It really is. It's so cool. It's literally in the name. It's cool. Oh my god! Oh my god! What am I talking about? There's these 2 games that got released on Coolmath Games, and I can't believe I didn't even. Oh my goodness! Trace and Escape from Castle Claymont. Look those up. Play them. I love those games. Oh my goodness. It's 2 games, okay? Trace and Escape from Castle Claymont. It's made by the same developer, and it's basically like an escape room simulator, where you're stuck inside of a room, and you gotta solve a bunch of puzzles to get out of the room. But then you find yourself the room is inside of a larger building, and you gotta get outside of the building, and you gotta solve a ton of puzzles doing that. And I remember the first time I played Trace, I must have been playing it for maybe, I think, 4 hours straight, just attempting to solve all of the puzzles. And eventually I couldn't do it. And so I eventually just had to wait till the next day, where I eventually was able to solve it. But man, and then Escape from Castle Claymont, it's basically the same thing, except it's a lot more polished. There's a storyline. Actually, not really a storyline, but there's characters in there, and it's just fun, man. Go check those out. I love those games. I think they are the best games on Coolmath Games. It's just great. And I know there's all of those pop-up pizzeria, bakeria games. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I know people love those games. I think they are, like, people think that those games are 10 out of 10. I think they are more like they are more like 6 out of 10 to me. Okay? I know they are classic. They are classic Coolmath games, but to me, they aren't bad games. They just aren't, they don't do that much for me. Okay? They just don't. So, I'm sorry if that offends anyone, but that's just how I feel, okay? I never play the Papa's Pizzeria, Bakeria games, okay? I never do that. And I see them all the time, And I know they are classic games once again, but I just, they don't do much for me. So, I'm sorry. So yeah, like, just go check out coolmathgames.com and go check out their Instagram page. That's another thing that I was going to mention. It's another thing why, another reason why they're so goated. Hangman, the Hangman Balloon Boy game is also pretty good. Just as a side note, but go check out their Instagram page. Go check out the Coolmath Games Instagram page, okay? I promise you, if you are part of Gen Z, okay, go check that out. Go check it out, because I promise you, you will not be disappointed, okay? It might not be your cup of tea, but you will not be disappointed, okay? Go check it out. Every single thing that they post goes hard. Every single thing that they post, it goes hard. Listen to me. Listen to my voice, listener. Every single thing that Coolmath Games posts on their IG page goes hard. Okay? It goes hard. And I wish I could describe you the things that they post, okay, but it would serve them an injustice. I just won't be able to capture, describe in words what that Instagram page is like. Just go check it out, okay? It's goated. It is goated. One of the best pages on Instagram that I have been to in my life, period, okay? Go check that out. I love Coolmath Games. I've been busted maybe once or twice by teachers, when I was, in their classrooms just playing Coolmath Games. I've had a math teacher come up to me, come up behind my back once and just, while I was playing, I think it was Run, and he was saying, working hard, are we? I said, yeah. And he said, all right, back to work. I said, okay. And I didn't keep playing after that. So, but yeah, everyone's had that happen to them, right? Everyone's been busted playing Coolmath Games by their teachers, right? Anyways, it's such a fun website. Go check it out. They do have a lot of ads, though. So, yeah, that's not good, but, I personally don't mind. Coolmath Games will forever be in my heart, okay? So, that's it. Anyways, oh man. What else to talk about? What else do I talk about, We're 40 minutes into this thing. We're going strong. Jake from State Farm is on my television, and Jimmy Fallon is brushing his teeth. That is weird. And this soccer game's gone to halftime. It's still 0-0. Hopefully we can get a score here in the second half. But I won't stick around for that. I mean, I probably will watch the entire game, but I'm not going to record myself watching it. So, I guess if you desperately want to know the result of this game, you'll just have to look it up yourself. So, but from what I could see, I mean, it was a crazy first half. I mean, both teams came close to scoring multiple times. Like, there was a bunch of shots on goal, but, they couldn't finish it. They couldn't execute all the way, and, we'll just have to see what happens. But it looks like the blue team was able to put in a bit more shots on goal than the other one. So, we'll just have to see. Anyways, man, what am I going to say here? What am I going to do with the rest of this episode? I'm trying to find the words to say what I want to say. There's 20 minutes left that I got to fill. Or maybe even 10, to be honest. Like, I don't have to go all the way to an hour, Sometimes I'll stop at 50 minutes, 55 minutes, I don't know. Maybe we'll cut it short for this episode. Maybe. So, yeah. Man, how about this Toyota commercial? It's pretty interesting. See how distracted I am by these by this TV here? Let's see if there's anything else on television that I could watch. There kind of isn't. That's what I get for watching television on Saturday. Like, there's basically nothing good on Saturdays. I feel like with television, it just, there's barely anything. If it's not football season, there's barely anything. Like, of course we got this soccer game going on, but like that's I feel like that also never happens. So, it's kind of unreliable, I feel like, but I don't know. Yeah. The football season is over. Like, tomorrow is Sunday the 18th of February, and it's gonna be the first Sunday where you just straight up don't have football. In like, how many weeks? I mean, I guess like, what? We got an 18-week regular season, plus the preseason games, which would make it 21. But the preseason games always take place on Saturdays, right? Actually, let's not even count the preseason. 18-week regular season, and the wild card round, the divisional round, the championship round, the Pro Bowl, and the Super Bowl add 5 weeks. So that's going to be 23 weeks of football that we just went through. And so, yeah, next Sunday is going to be the first time in 23 weeks that we just don't have football, which is very unfortunate. So that sucks. we'll just I don't know. I don't know what I'll do tomorrow. Like I straight up just don't even. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. Like I straight up just don't have any plans. Actually, you know what? I am meeting with a friend tomorrow, so I think that's good. If I wasn't gonna meet with a friend tomorrow, like I straight up would have zero idea what I would do for tomorrow. Like I'd probably, I don't know, I think I'd probably just like do a digital detox day where I just don't stare at my computer all day. So I think that's what I'll do anyways. Like I think I'll just like hang out with my friend, maybe work out together, and then after that just read my books. Practice piano. I'm trying to get back into that as well. Trying to practice piano. I literally, like an hour ago, I got done practicing playing all the major scales. So I literally just went from C, the C major scale all the way to the B major scale. I just practiced all of those scales. I excluded all the sharp notes though. So meaning like I didn't practice like C sharp major, I didn't do that. I didn't do F sharp major or whatever, I just all the white keys, each one of those are notes, and each note is, has its own major scale. So I just did all of those. Took me like, I don't know, 20 minutes to do all of them. I just did it by myself, Nobody told me to do it. I just wanted to do it. And I realized, like, I used to make beats all the time in high school. I used to make beats because, I just liked the idea that you could make music, except I didn't know how to play music, and I barely knew how to make a beat, but I tried anyway, and I was able to make a couple beats that I think are worth listening to, but they still, they weren't as good as I would want it to be. So I think that a knowledge of music theory and, trying to play music, I think that would like help me a lot, especially with like creating melodies and stuff, Like if I got a melody in my brain, I want to be able to play it out with my fingers instead of, trying to guess the note, each note of the melody, note by note. That would, if you just don't know how to play a piano, that, you're just gonna have a hard time doing that. So, I feel like I could make some fire beats if only I could just do that. But I also feel like if I just got like, something like FL Studio or Ableton, I feel like that would be cool. Because so far I've only ever worked with GarageBand, and the GarageBand version of Mac on the MacBook Pro is just like, I don't think it's that good, to be honest. I mean, it can get the job done if you know what you're doing, but like, I don't know. To me, it's very limiting. It doesn't give you 808s. Actually, it does. It does have an 808, but I don't think it's that good, anyways. And I don't know, it's just, I've worked with it for, like, several years. It's not enough for me, I feel like. And I just feel like if I could just get FL Studio or Ableton, I feel like those could really, do something for me. Like I could really do something with those. The problem is those are expensive, so I think it's like $200 for like the most popular version of FL Studio, and then I think like with a student discount you could get Ableton for like maybe $60 or something like that, I think. So, and I'm gonna start becoming a full-time student pretty soon, so maybe I'll take advantage of that. Maybe put myself deeper in debt, right? So I don't know. I just wanted to get that out there, I really want to like start practicing piano, because I literally just haven't been practicing piano for like a year. Like I just haven't taken it seriously, and like the piano I bought was like $1,200. So like why am I gonna spend $1,200 on something if I'm not even gonna use it, So I gotta be serious about it, I bought it for a reason, and I can't just not play it because it's too hard, or it's not like it's not like I can't like be consistent with it, like I have to like establish some sort of regimen, some sort of study regimen, right? So that's what I'm gonna try to do. And I know I've said something like this, like I think it was maybe last year. I think it was either last October or October 2022 where I said something like, oh man, like I gotta start learning piano again because all of this, and I just didn't do it. So but this time I gotta do it, just so that all that money doesn't go to waste, so yeah. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end it there and watch the end of this football game. Oh man, next week we're gonna have MLS soccer. I'm thinking of buying the MLS season package on Apple TV Plus. So that was not an ad. I'm not sponsored, but Apple, if you do want to sponsor me, I'd be very happy to do that. I will even buy an iPhone. If that's what it takes. Okay, if I have to buy an iPhone, okay, I will do it. Just sponsor me, or you could just give me an iPhone for free, Apple, and then I'll do whatever ad reads you want me to do. I'd be fine with that. Okay, just take a chance on me, Apple. Should that be the title of this episode? I don't know. No, I think it'll be something more like, it's gotta be something like Coolmath Games is goated. Or something. That's probably gonna be a little cringy, but, it'll be something like that. Maybe something like, Coolmath Games is the GOAT. Or something. Yeah. Coolmath Games is the GOAT. Coolmath Games is the GOAT. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. So anyways, that's all I got for you today. this week. So, yeah. I hope that's... What was that sound there? There's a weird sound that I just heard. I don't know if it was my iPad or my computer. I heard like a wobbly sound. I don't know what that was. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore it for now. I hope you have a good weekend. Hope you have you know, a good week after this weekend. I hope everything's going well for you, and if it's not, hey, things will get better. Just go play Coolmath Games. I hear the sound again. I don't know what that was. I keep hearing like okay, maybe I'm going crazy or something. I keep hearing like a wobbly sound. I don't know what it. Well, okay. You know what? I'm just gonna end this episode. Okay, I'm just gonna end it, and you have a good one. And I'll try to figure out what the heck's happening. So yeah, have a good day, have a good night, good morning, whenever you're listening to this, and yeah. Go Hawks, go Sounders, go Kraken, go Mariners, go Seattle Storm. All right, have a good one. Take care.